A new home for Willow. In the heart of a bustling city, hidden among narrow alleyways and towering buildings, lived a small, scruffy orphan cat named Willow. She was a calico with patches of orange, black, and white fur, though her once beautiful coat was now matted and dirty. Willow's days were spent scavenging for scraps, dodging hissing street dogs, and hiding from the harsh weather. Her green eyes, once full of hope, now carried a look of sadness and exhaustion. Willow had been on her own for as long as she could remember. The streets were unforgiving, especially for a tiny cat like her. She would curl up under old newspapers to stay warm on cold nights and drink from dirty puddles when she was thirsty. Every day was a struggle for survival, and every night, Willow would look up at the moon, silently wishing for a warm bed and someone to love her. One rainy afternoon, the city seemed grayer and gloomier than ever. Willow's stomach rumbled with hunger, and her small frame shivered from the cold. She tried to find shelter, but the rain soaked her fur through and through. As she wandered aimlessly, the raindrops stung her eyes, making it hard for her to see where she was going. She finally found a small cardboard box, tipped on its side, and crawled inside to escape the relentless rain. Curled up in a tight ball, Willow closed her eyes, trying to ignore the hunger and the cold. She felt alone, more than ever. Meanwhile, not far from Willow's makeshift shelter, a young girl named Emma was walking home from school, clutching her umbrella tightly against the wind. Emma was a kind-hearted girl with a gentle smile and a love for animals. She often dreamed of having a pet, but her parents had always said no, thinking she was too young for the responsibility. Today, as she walked past the alley, something made her stop. She heard a faint, pitiful meow coming from the shadows. Emma followed the sound and spotted Willow, huddled in the box, drenched and shivering. The sight of the small, helpless cat tugged at Emma's heart. She slowly approached, careful not to scare Willow away. "Hey there, little one," Emma whispered, her voice gentle and soothing. "Are you all alone?" Willow lifted her head, her green eyes meeting Emma's. For the first time in what felt like forever, Willow saw kindness in someone's eyes. Emma reached out her hand, letting Willow sniff her fingers. Willow hesitated, but then nuzzled her head against Emma's hand, feeling warmth for the first time in days. Emma's eyes welled up with tears as she gently scooped Willow into her arms, holding her close to her chest. "You're safe now," Emma whispered, her voice cracking. "I've got you." Emma carried Willow home, determined to convince her parents that this little cat needed them. As they walked through the door, Emma's parents saw the soaking wet, frail cat in her arms and the pleading look in Emma's eyes. "Please," Emma begged, tears streaming down her face. "She needs us." Emma's parents exchanged a glance, seeing the desperation in both the cat and their daughter. After a moment of silence, her mother sighed, a smile tugging at her lips. "All right, Emma, but you'll have to take care of her." Emma's heart soared. She rushed to dry Willow off with a soft towel and gave her a warm bowl of milk. Willow drank eagerly, feeling warmth spread through her tiny body. For the first time, Willow slept on a soft bed, not worrying about the cold or hunger. Emma named her Willow because, like the resilient tree, she had bent with the winds of hardship, but had never broken. Days turned into weeks, and Willow transformed. Her fur became glossy and soft, her eyes brightened, and her playful spirit returned. She would chase strings, pounce on toys, and curl up in Emma's lap every night. Emma's room, once quiet, now echoed with the soft purring of a content cat who had finally found her home. Willow's days of struggle were behind her, replaced by warmth, love, and the gentle touch of a girl who had seen her when no one else did. And every night, as Emma and Willow snuggled together, Willow would look up at the moon, her heart full, and her wish finally granted. Willow had found her family, and Emma had found a friend. Together, they filled each other's lives with love, proving that even in the darkest times, a little kindness can change everything.